Make sure we're going live on all the different sources. Always the fun little startup period here. It is, here we go. We going out live. Right on. Mornings with Mark, number 043. Cool beans. And we are going live on Periscope. Hopefully this is also going to work. All right. Good morning, everybody. Mornings with Mark. Today, I was off air yesterday because I was at a fantastic event in Toronto, CloudSec, hashtag CloudSec from yesterday if you wanted to follow along after the fact and see some of the tweets and the great content that was out there. Really cool event. Hosted by IT World Canada, sponsored by Trend Micro. Lots of great discussion, lots of great content. Definitely worth checking that out. Today, as promised, I want to talk about the results of 2 days of Facebook's F8 conference. I realize the irony of talking about that yet again on a Twitter stream, but you know what? This is how it's going to be. Simply because, it's important. So what I wanted to talk about, and sorry, I was just checking something there. What I wanted to talk about was the theme out of F8. So there's some really cool, interesting announcements. Of course, like, oh, great. Like the Oculus Go, portable, lower grade VR headset. They announced, some improvements on photo recognition, video chat in Instagram. Like there was some content there for sure. Designed to get you excited about the platform, designed to get you excited about the advances. The challenge here is that even with Zuckerberg's sort of mea culpa of saying, hey, there was an issue, this is what it was, blah, blah, blah. It was sort of like one hand, they're like, hey, how's it going? While they're stealing your wallet out the back. So it's this question of trust. And when you are let me just make an adjustment here again. When you are under a scandal, when you are trying to deal with restoring trust, that's a really difficult thing. And what I wanted to talk about today was sort of how that relates to security, to privacy within your organization or within sort of individuality. Now, the challenge is that it's all about reputation. So right now, Facebook's reputation is mud. It's been dragged through the mud. Zuckerberg in front of Congress multiple times, or in front of the Congress and the House. And you can't go a day without hearing another piece of the puzzle, right? And the question is continuing to be raised, and this is a very good thing, is, where does Facebook stand on data privacy, on users' information? They came out and said, okay, it's our fault. We're going to do better. We're going to hire more people. Our AI is going to help find, fake content, hate content, this kind of stuff. We are going to do better. But at the same time, they also announced a new feature for making Facebook into a dating site. They said, well, don't worry, we're going to protect your privacy there, and other people who can see your profile are not going to be able to see that you have, your dating activity. And that's, again, it comes down to the user information and information about the user. Facebook's pretty good at making sure that we don't see each other's information. It's everybody else we have to worry about. It's Facebook, the platform, and how they repackage that and sell that to advertisers. The dating launch was horribly tone deaf and badly timed because it's another way that they're harvesting more information that we're voluntarily giving them. So you can't engender trust and repair if you're continuing to do and sort of doubling down on harvesting more and more information. And this is a lesson sort of to learn for normal security teams, working within an organization, is that security is all about trust and transparency. So when you launch a new security control and don't tell anybody about it, that is, a strike against you. You need to be upfront and transparent. So an example I'll use is when you're doing content filtering. So your outbound proxy, how everybody connects to the internet, and you put that in place for the first time, or you change a category, or that entire monitoring program. There's value there. There's security requirements there, but it's also very tempting for people to start filtering based on HR policies. That's not necessarily wrong, but you need to do that transparently. You need to say, hey, we've put in this security control. It filters all the outbound traffic. There's no humans looking at it. Hey, we've configured it not to break your banking. So we're not going to intercept your banking information. We've also configured it just to automatically drop any security content it sees that's not a human doing it. And by the way, we've enabled, adult level filter. So there's no pornography. We disabled gambling, blah, 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 blah. Each decision needs to be on the organization, on the company, but it needs to be transparent, communicated out to the users, because that engenders trust, right? That builds up that relationship. Or explaining, hey, we locked down your endpoints, your laptops, your desktops with application control because we're seeing way too many security issues from automated malware. And as a result of that, you're no longer going to be able to run these applications that aren't approved by IT unless you go through the following smooth and seamless process. Again, transparent and open, that engenders trust. What we saw from Facebook today or this week was a phenomenal example of the exact opposite. We take it seriously. I'm sorry. We're going to do better. We're going to hire more people to, monitor for content and take that bad content down. We're going to do app reviews again, where we never use, or where we stopped doing that for a while. Oh, and by the way, we've got this great new feature. Now we want to know when you guys are hooking up, when you're connecting with new people on a romantic or, on a partnership level. And by the way, we've built the best AI at image recognition because we scanned and harvested all of your photos on Facebook and Instagram. Aren't we amazing? You can't have it both ways. There are tricky questions here. There are tricky challenges that I think need to be addressed, that should be addressed, that need discussion. They need transparency. They need to be brought into the open and have an honest and earnest discussion. That's difficult because people get sort of hostile or they get defensive and they get emotional about it. We need to put that aside and have a data-driven discussion. This ties back actually to something I was saying last week at the Atlantic Security Conference. And, I started off by saying you may be really uncomfortable with the following talk. I was talking about the challenges around operational technologies and security. So you may be really uncomfortable with this. Is an important thing that we have to talk about. We have to look at it objectively and maybe make some hard decisions, but let's make those decisions out in the open. I think that's the key to security. That's the key to privacy. Horrible example from Facebook this week. Let's learn from it and do better. This is Thursday. Yay, I know what day it is. Progress. Hit me up online, Mark NCA, always willing to chat about this. What do you think about Facebook's announcements this week? What do you think about the bigger issues? How do you handle being transparent? Hit me up in the comments below. I'll fire up some links related to the Facebook announcements and some interesting commentary on it. Always happy to have a discussion. I hope you guys have a fantastic Thursday, and I will talk to you tomorrow.